I'm telling you, you can't enjoy the art of this music until you understand the business. I hated it at first,
but I think that can be a blessing and curse for us, because we serve when we produce and we serving the artist.
There really isn't a secret to it other than just continuing to move. And when it's your time, take your moment and make the most of the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because we don't know when it's going to be.
First thing is, I want to go back to the experience with Dr. Dre. Yo, what up? It's your boy More for More Beats, and this is another episode of the Dallas Producer Podcast. Man, today I got something special. A long-time friend. I want to say maybe about 6-7 years.
Let me say 24. About 6, 7.
Yeah. When I first met Jay, I think it was through Machine Masters.
Yeah.
We just kind of connected. When I first met him, he had just did his book. These beats ain't free. That was the slogan. That's been a motto for a long time. That was his first book. And actually, man, he was one of the sponsors for my first producer conference that I did in South by Southwest. So we got some history, man. I had him on the podcast before. But I reached out to him since I was in Dallas and asked him would he honor me with his presence since he highballing and stuff. My man Jay Rhodes, he's an author. He's a producer. He's an author. He just got his Grammy certificate for producer on the Michael album. He is a director. He got a film called King of Dallas, and he got a TV series called The House of Beats. The first season is already out on YouTube and on Tubi, but the second season is going to be coming out as well, right?
Yes. Second season, third seasons. The second season has been a little bit delayed for reasons that we'll get to. But I'm gonna get as soon as King of Dallas drops, and then my book is coming right after that, then I can fully focus on editing and getting House of Beats season 2 out.
Okay. So with all that being said, I want to welcome my homeboy Jay Rhodes to the show. How you doing, brother?
Man, how you doing? Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for having me, brother. And I know y'all probably can't see it, but man, his studio setup is homey. It's the atmosphere is pretty chill, just looking at all the pictures. Look, I see the scratch magazines. I still got some of my scratch magazines.
Yeah, I think I got almost every one of those, but the those that know about scratch magazines.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
If you know,
man,
you know.
I when it first came out, I think it came out 2003, 2004, but I lost some in the Hurricane Katrina. But I still got a stack of them up in my attic. I still got my collection. But anyway, man.
Did you did you come down here after Katrina?
Yeah. We came to Texas after Katrina.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, man. So we've been here 18, 19 years now.
Man, it's crazy that it's been that long.
Yeah, man. Yeah, almost 20 years.
That's crazy.
But man, again, man, thank you for tapping in with your boy, man. I know a lot of people may be familiar with him. For those that may not be familiar with you, Jay, just run it down. What you do and all this stuff, man.
I'm Jay Rhodes, man. I'm from Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff to be exact. I tell people, when this is something I've said ad nauseum, but it's just the truth about my career, I say that music production is the root of my career tree.
Yeah.
Everything that I do, whether it's film, whether it's being an author, whether it's being a public speaker, a professor, it all stems from my love of music production. You know, and from that love of music production, I have branches. So those branches are, like my film. Those branches are, my artistry, etc.
Yeah.
So like just to familiarize people with who I've been blessed to produce for. Let me see, like been Slim Thug. Rick Ross, Waka Flocka, Lecrae, have a lot of records and things with Talib Kweli, Jadakiss, Styles P, Got in the studio and produced some stuff with Dr. Dre. Will it ever come out?
Yeah,
you never know, but I do. You know, at least I'm blessed to
just
be able
that. I mean, you don't get no bigger than
you don't.
You don't get no bigger than that.
For him to really like the music that I was producing and do a song there on the spot, and me to experience that whole Dr. Dre moment, was beautiful, and it's cool, and I still can listen to that song. Hopefully it comes out one day, but if not, I can listen to that every day and be proud that, you know, one of my you know, just one of the GOATs in the game rock with my music. The 3-time Grammy Award winning project Michael, I was blessed to be a producer on. Co-produced the record with my partner DJ Menace. And the cool thing about that record, not only was it a part of the Grammy Award winning, 3-time Grammy Award winning Michael project, already in its you know, infancy stages, it's continuing to be you know, synced. Like, it started out on Madden. I think that was 22 before the album even dropped, so it's done that. We've got a lot of sync opportunities with upcoming movies that have hit the email, so it's cool, the life of that song. And, you know, man, it's a beautiful way to, you know, get a Grammy certificate, man. It's just like making some music with your homie, doing what you love to do, and for it to be a part of such a monumental, groundbreaking, historic project, that's nothing but God's work, and I'm thankful for that. Who else? I mean, I produce, you know, you say the names that you know people are going to be familiar with, but I'm proud of all the production I've done, whether it's or the work I've done, period. Whether it's been stuff that I've put out, whether it's been stuff like a lot of indie artists have worked on. I've produced a lot of the music that I've loved, and it's done great things. So from that, I think the thing that I'm doing now that I really love the most is filmmaking. I think film is a talent dump for all of your talents, whether it's your writing, your comedic timing, getting into acting. I edit video, and I think my video editing skills rival my beat making skills now. I'm very, especially in long form content like movies and things like that, I really, really have an eye for editing. So you can do that. You can bring people together. I think I'm a natural leader and connector of people, and get people to, like, you know, row the boat. And I'm a leader in the sense that I don't like crack the whip and tell people what to do so much. Is like I kind of try to pull the card and they get on with it. And that's big on the film, you know. So that's why I love film. I love the community. I love what it does. So anyway, my first film that was in the USA Today is one of the films to see of 2021. It's a Wonderful Plight. You can see that on Amazon now, or it's on Tubi now, because it's been out for a couple of years. But It's a Wonderful Plight. It was a hip hop music, historic. To me, historic. It was the first film that did a lot of cool things. And now King of Dallas will be coming out sometime very soon in 2024. It was a project 3.5 years in the making, from conceptualizing it to like writing it, one script, throwing that script away, writing another one, gathering the people, editing, one hard drive crash, you try to recover, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm excited that the people will get to see that film. So once that film hits the people, we'll re-up and we'll start working on another film. Also, These Beats Ain't Free, how you mentioned you met me and were introduced to me. The second installment of that book that came out in 2015, These Dreams Ain't Free. It's These Beats Ain't Free Part 2, but you know, we kind of stepping it up to you know, reach it's hitting the niche group of music producers, but we also are kind of expanding just to dreamers in general. But that's coming out soon. Like, I'm almost got one more proofread on that. I'm gonna record the audio book, which should take a day, and that's going out to the people. So I'm excited for them to, you know, for that to come out as well. Like we said, House of Beats Season 2 will be coming out this year as well. So a lot of big projects. I'm really big. I need to figure my short form content, which mainly would just be promoting my long form content. But, I got a lot of big projects that are coming out, and I know I'm rambling, but it's a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, a lot of projects to work on. If I'm missing something, hopefully we'll cover it in this interview.
Well, man, I wanna backtrack on a couple of things, man. The first thing is, I want to go back to the experience with Dre, Dr. Dre. I mean, I know there had to be a surreal moment, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you think about Dre, when you think about Dr. Dre, it's like one of the forefathers of music production, man. So, man, how was that experience? I mean, how did the opportunity come about? What was that experience like? Just what was it for me?
For sure, it's crazy. So I have a real good relationship with the DOC,
right?
And short story long, as I say, he was working on some stuff with Dr. Dre. He told me to flip the Busta Rhymes "Hands Where Your Eyes Can See" sample. I forget the name of the group. It's in the back of my mind, but I flipped it and I put one of my styles is like tribal ethnic drums. And
so you flipped the original sample? The
original sample.
Oh man, they name on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I can hear it. I can actually see the album cover.
Me too. It's two white dudes, I think. But I forget the name, and forgive me for that.
Crosby. No.
There we go. It's something of the sort, bro. Something of the sort. Mm-hmm. And so I flipped that, kind of made it a slower vibe with the tribal stamp. And the vocal sample.
Yeah, that's your signature sound.
Yeah,
tribal sample.
So I flipped that, and he was like, "Man, you awoke the ancestors with this one." His DOC voice, and he sent it to Dre, and he was like, "Man, Dre likes it."
Yeah,
and that was cool enough. I was like, "That's dope." And so he was like, "Hey, can you send me a pack? I'm going to L.A." And when he said it, I was like, man, I just so happen to will be in L.A. I just so happen to will be in L.A. Whenever you there. Now, the honest truth is, like, I was buying my flight there because I'm like, man, I think I'm ready to meet the man. At this point, I think that's the kind of session that I'm ready for. I'm prepped for. And he was like, he was like, all right, so I'll let you know. And mind you, he has a great relationship with Dre, so he knows the ins and outs of how to do. I mean. So he was just schooling me, and I think the reason I knew it was going to work because typically a lot of, for me, has happened every time I went to L.A., but sometimes when things didn't happen, it was because I always forced the issue. I'd be on a plane with so much angst, like, ooh, if this don't work out, just really caring about things and having this anxiety. But this time I didn't have it. It was during COVID, too. Yeah. So Texas was decently open. L.A. was shut down. Yeah. But getting to the point, my focus wasn't even on the outcome. I was just like, hey, I'm proud of my career. What's happened? This is a great opportunity. Let's just see what's up. Right. So any way that it went, I was going to be cool with it. Yeah. So anyway, I flew down. L.A. was just a ghost town. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so, but it was chill. It still was chill. Yeah. Met Doc at I think it was the Hollywood Hotel, not the Hollywood Hotel, the Beverly Hills Hotel. We went through an extensive session of playing beats. I'm talking about stuff that I would play for people and they be wild. But Doc Ear, mind you, he's been with Dr. Dre for like 3 decades. Mm-hmm. So when I tell you it was picky, and I'm like, man, they gotta be some heat. I'm talking about out of about 50 things we played that typically floors the listeners. Mm-hmm. Not that he didn't like it, but we picked about 5 to 10 that he thought Dre would want to listen to, and we ordered it in a way to where the best one going first, because if you don't like it, you may not get another chance. Right. But it wasn't no pressure for me. I think in that sense, I know I put in 30,000 plus hours into my craft, so I knew I was ready, and I knew that like once we decided that this was my best beat, that my best beat would be impressive. So that's the feeling that I felt. Yeah. So on the way to the mansion, we was riding up there. And it's a lot of little details in the story, but getting to the point, we finally make it to the house after this gated community that we had to get buzzed in for. It's a moat at the house, all kind of crazy. And I'm not a materialistic person, but it was cool to see the grandeur of the place, just for the simple fact that it wasn't like, hey, be materialistic, but it was a statement of stay on your path, and being excellent at what you do can get you this. Yeah. It was cool to see. Yeah. And so as we walk across the moated, place to his crib, right. You know what I mean? It's like Italy, man. Somebody singing and swimming. Wow. And I'm just, it's crazy. But anyway, so I hear a voice that I've heard my whole life. But I never get starstruck because I've been in the studio with a lot of people. Yeah. It's not really my thing to be starstruck or whatever. But I did I did get a lot of like butterflies and crazy feelings, and I had to really, really compose myself. Yeah. Because this is the voice that I've heard since I was in single digits. Like, "Yo, what up, DOC?" And I'm like, that's my horrible Dr. Dre impression.
Yeah.
I'm like,
man,
that's Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.